Welcome to my channel, so friends. My name is Ajilam. Today I'll be showing us the secret of creating the ultimate bodice block for kids. Whether you're an experienced seamstress or just starting out, this tutorial will guide you through each step with accuracy and clarity. So grab your tape and let's get started. To draft a basic bodice pattern, I'm going to start by writing out my measurement. So for this age, the chest measurement is 23. The waist measurement is 22, the bodice length is 8, the shoulder is 8. So this is the most important measurement that you need when drafting a basic bodice pattern. So with this measurement, you can easily know what to use for your sleeve length and the rest of the measurements. Now from what I have here, you can see that the chest measurement is the biggest measurement that I have here. Some kids, it's the waist measurement. So you're going to divide the biggest measurement that you have by 2, or whatever you have, that is what you're going to be marking out on your paper. This way it will save your paper, you will not waste it. So mine is 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. Like I always say, make sure to round up your number to the nearest even number. So this is 11.5. If I round it up, it's going to be 12 inches. Okay, then I'm going to be adding my 1 inch for both the ease and sewing allowance. So I have 13 inches. So this is what I'll be working with, 13. So I'm going to mark that. Okay, then get the midpoint. This is the front pattern, so just get the midpoint, which should be 6.5, and that is the point, and then we connect. Now for the bodice length, I've already, that is what I have on my paper. The bodice length is 8 inches, but you can see that I have 9 inches here because I'll be needing ½ inch on the shoulder for the shoulder sewing allowance, and also ½ inch on the waistline for the waist sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect this. This is the front. Okay, so this is going to be the center front. And this is the front pattern. Okay, so this is the front. So for the back, I am going to use what I have here now. I'm going to check what I have for one side. This is 6.5, and then mark it on this side for the back. Now this is 6.5. Remember to add your 1 inch for your zipper allowance, making it 7.5. So I'll go ahead and connect it straight. This is for both the zipper allowance. So I'm going to remove the 1 inch for the zipper allowance before marking out my other measurement. Alright, so this is the zipper. Okay, so I'm going to minus the ½ inch for the shoulder allowance and mark the line so you will not, so you understand easily, so that I don't get confused. So this is my ½ inch for the shoulder allowance on this upper side, and then I'll connect. Alright, so this is what I'll be working with. So this is the center front. Alright, so this is the center front. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to repeat the same on this side. Just mark out the ½ inch shoulder slope. Okay, so just straighten it up. Alright, so we'll finish up with the front before coming over to the back. So after doing this now, the first thing you're going to do is to use the shoulder measurement and then mark it out on the front. Now the shoulder measurement is 8 inches, so I'll just place my tip like this. You can see that I have 4 on this center front line, so just place it like that. If yours is 9, you're going to be placing 4.5 on this center line, or you can still mark it separately, 4 like this and then 4 the other side. Okay, so this is the shoulder measurement. Then I'm going to be adding my 0.75 shoulder slope. which is here. Okay, and then you can add your neck width. So for this, the neck width is 2, that is 4, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. Okay, and then you connect. Now when you use 0.75 as the shoulder slope, you will see that at the end of the day, after sewing, the shoulder area will lap very well on that shoulder. So after doing this, now the next thing is the chest line or the armhole line, and I'll be using the shoulder measurement for that. Now half of the shoulder measurement I'm working with here is 4 inches. So I will just come to this shoulder slope and mark out the 4 inches. Okay, or better still, after marking it out, you can now place your tip on that shoulder line to check what you have, so that you now know what to mark all the way to the back side. So placing mine like this, I have 4.75, so I'll just go ahead and mark 4.75. okay, and then I'll mark it at the back side as well, 4.75. I'm going to connect to a straight line. This is now the chest or the armhole line. So on this line now is where I'll be marking out the chest measurement. Okay, but before marking out the chest measurement, I'm going to mark out the points that I'll be using to create the curve. So whatever you use as the shoulder measurement, this is 8, just take it down to this line. Okay, and that is the point there. Just note the point. Okay, so then place your ruler this way to check what you have from the shoulder slope to this armhole line. Mine now is 4, just get the midpoint, which is 2, and then on that point just go in by ½ an inch. So this is how we'll be creating the curve. So this is 2 also, and then this is my ½ inch to enable me create the curve. Okay, then after doing that, now you're now going to add the chest measurement. So mine is 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. So I'm going to mark that. You can see the way I'm placing my tape. This is half of 11.5. So I'll just mark and also mark. Then I'm going to add my ½ inch sewing allowance, which is this point, ½ inch sewing allowance on this other side as well. Okay, you can see that it's very easy. So if you use this method, you will always get it right, and you can easily use this method to, you know, alter it and create unique bodice designs. Okay, then I'm going to now connect the armhole curve. You can just place your ruler or use your free hand and connect. Just connect the curve. Now do the same on this side. So I'm going to repeat this for the back side. Now you see what I have here. So I'll just mark out the waist measurement. Mine is 22 divided by 2 is 11. Half of that is 5.5, which is here. And then I'm going to add my ½ inch sewing allowance and then connect the line. And then you can see that the front is ready. All I need to do now is to add, or rather mark out the neck depth, and the front pattern is ready. Okay, so this is how I do mine. Okay, so you can just work with your own measurements but follow the process. So for the neck width, the neck depth, I am using 2 inches. Most of the time I use whatever I use as the width, I use that also for the depth, but it depends on the design I'm trying to create. But for a simple bodice pattern, I use the same for both the width and the height. So I'll just connect. and the front pattern is ready. Okay, so moving over to the back pattern. Okay, let me just explain this area. For the shoulder slope now, sorry, the shoulder sewing allowance, which is 1/2 inch, you just follow this slant line and add your shoulder sewing allowance. The waist is already added. I left the waist side because it is straight, so it will rhyme up with this, but I marked out this 1/2 inch so that I can slant it to match up with the shoulder. Okay, and then you just connect. I'll do the same on this other side. This is the shoulder sewing allowance, and then I'll connect. Alright, so the front pattern is ready. Now to the back side, I'm going to repeat what I just did now. So I'll mark out the chest, which is 4 inches. So I'll come to this line. This is the zipper line, it's going to go off. So from this line, I'll just mark my 4 inches, half of the shoulder measurement, and then I'm working with 2 inches as the neck width. So on this part now, for the back side, I'll come down by 1/2 inch for the shoulder slope. I'm using 1/2 for the back side. So I'll just connect. So this works for any age. You can use the same method and it will work very okay. So on this part, I'll come down by 4 inches. Remember, I said whatever you use on the shoulder, take it down to the armhole line to enable you create the armhole curve. So now place your tape, and what I have now is 4 1/4, which is here, half of that. Then I'll go in by 1/4 inch. Sometimes if I'm adding a sleeve, sometimes I'll go in by 1/4 inch, while sometimes I'll just connect it straight to meet up to this straight line. But if I don't want to add any sleeve, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. Alright, so I'll just mark out the chest measurement and then connect. Remember that the chest measurement, I'm working with 5.75, and then my 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. The waist, mine is 5 1/2 plus 1/2 inch sewing allowance, and then I'll connect. So I'll just connect and then create the curve. Okay, and we're almost done with this pattern. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do here is to add a 1/2 inch shoulder sewing allowance, and then mark out 1/2 inch here. We're going to be cutting this off, okay, so that after sewing, the front and the back will match up. The front shape and the back shape is not the same, so you need to remove just like 1/2 inch so that the front will match up with the back after sewing. Then just connect the shoulder sewing allowance, and that is it. So for the back neck width, I'll just use 1/2 inch, and the pattern is ready. Alright, so this is how to draft a basic bodice pattern. With this pattern, you can create unique and different designs. With this, you can easily alter it to create any kind of design that you want to do. Alright, so that is it for today. Please subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you all in my next one.